during the course of this build, I may end up stopping building this kit because something's going to happen within, I guess, maybe the next few days. I don't like to interrupt my build. I like to keep it, go straight on through. But certain events may happen that I have to acknowledge. So, it's not bad. It's actually kind of good. So, keep your eyes out, of course. I was looking at more real grade kits. Many people asked me if I was going to build Zeta. In all honesty, even though I'm impressed with the Zeta real grade, I'm actually considering getting the master grade version, the 2.0. I'd rather get the 2.0 version than get the real grade. I don't know. Something about the real grade Zeta does not fit my style for some unknown reason. I acknowledge the design features, that it's amazingly beautiful compared to the perfect grade version of the Zeta. But, I mean, of the real grade, excuse me. The real grade is better than the perfect grade. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But if I was going to get the real grade version of that, actually that's not what I'm planning to do. To tell you the truth, I actually was considering getting the real grade version of the Mark II. It's a little older kit, but then it'll be a lot easier for me to get when, as the time passes and the price range of real grade starts to go down a bit. Not saying that it's expensive or anything like that, just that, something that I'm not looking forward to now, but will look forward to in the near future. So as you can see right now, I'm about to begin separating all these parts, beginning with the white. I have my little trays here. I may have to get another tray because I have... Let's separate these colors a bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I gotta recount again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the purple one is 7. So we have 7 colors. So I'll need... I don't actually need 7 trays. I'll probably need 4 or 5. And then just condense all the, all the less amount of colors onto one tray. I'll begin with this one, just to put the white in and get it out of my way. Another thing that I also should mention, that even though this thing has a pre-built-in internal frame, I gotta be extra careful with the painting of this. Now, I know last year, when I was making the Victory Gundam, I spray painted the inner frame. The hell did I spray it? A lot with a lacquer-based paint, and that, even though it looked nice, it solidified the parts. Not a good idea. You know what I mean? And when I mean spray paint, I mean using. As a matter of fact, is this it? No, that ain't it. Using a spray paint, which now I can't seem to find anymore. I must have misplaced it. But nevertheless, think about how I'm going to spray paint the internal frame on this. I may just do it a light pass. and then try to clean up the edges, see everything moves around properly. I don't think I'm going to have the same problem as I did before, but you got to be careful with what you do. There we go. Alright, so this will take me some time. We'll move on once I'm clean. Well, you know, we'll move on to the next stage of this build once I'm done. Okay, as you can see, I got everything all separated based on the colors. All the charcoal parts are here. The lighter color of the red of the pink is here. The darker is here. And here I put in all the purple. And the clear parts, I left it in the tray since it's something that I'm not going to touch until later on. And I merged all the whites, yellows, and blue, which brings me up to an interesting point. Didn't realize the fact that even though I'm inverting these colors from red to a bluish tone, kind of had a little bit of an oversight here. I forgot that there's blue on the chest parts of the kit. I wonder if the manual has a picture. Actually, I notice that this one doesn't have any detailed photos. Alright, so we'll just, I guess we could use this for now. Alright, so yeah, the back, the front, and the waist is blue, and also the knees. So I was trying to figure out how I'm going to change this. First up, I was actually considering to use, and relax, but it will probably be appropriate, metallic gray. So I can turn the chest into a metallic gray color with the blue outside. That was one idea. Another idea, which you guys are going to have to forgive me, I am moving things about because I'm looking for something that I thought I threw. I know I put it away properly. I just can't seem to find it. Let me see if this is it. If I accidentally move the camera case, it's because I'm moving things about. Yeah, that was a bit of a... completely forgot about that. You think you cover all aspects of this build just to realize that, oh, nuts. Where did that come from? Where didn't I see that coming? Why can't I find it? Oh, I might as well pull this out. So this is something that I was thinking of using. I'm gonna be priming the kit using this Mr. Surfacer 1000. Considering how delicate the parts are, I wonder if I put it in here. Considering how delicate the parts are, airbrushing it with spray can may not be a wise idea. I may collect up a little bit too much primer in certain areas, which will require me to sand down. Where did I put this? Alright, I might as well say it, and again, like I said before, this may change on any given notice. Does everybody remember when I painted the Aegis? And I painted it in that reddish tone color, which came out pretty good. Well, when I customized it, when I actually mixed it up and prepared it, I didn't realize I made too much, and I had a little bit more left over. I have it put to the side someplace, which I can't seem to find. I know it's around here somewhere. and I thought it would be appropriate for the blue. So the blue parts will be turned red while the red becomes blue. Makes sense, right? Wait a minute, is that it? No, it's not. Alright. I'm not gonna let you guys waste time watching me trying to find something that's probably right in front of my nose. Well, anyway, let me begin sanding down all these parts and then see where we have to go with. One thing about real grade kits, they try every effort to not put too much, how can I say this, in the mold. They try to make sure that not too much plastic is connecting from the tree to the part. And what you do find, you really want to sand it down very, very slowly and carefully. And also when you snip it off, make sure that when you snip off the part, you're using the flat end of your clipper, and try to keep as close as possible. See, right now I'm using, because this is a flat surface, I mean, I know it's going to be smoothed out once I prime it, but to sand this down, I'm using a lighter grit. I'm using 800. Yeah, that's good. Some parts that I can get away with a 400 grit, like this one, which is a little bit more abrasive than this. I do it on certain areas of the part where there's an edge, and then I don't have to worry about damaging it. See, this one's okay. I don't see anything. I gotta review each and every one of this. Wanted to talk to you about the blue parts, like I mentioned before, and I told you that I was looking for a reddish color to invert the blue, since I'm turning the red into blue and blue into red. Here is the sample paint that I made for the Aegis. I knew I would find it. Just took me a moment to find it. And I wanted to get a sample here. So I kept this. And looking at this, comparing it with this, it's a little strong, but I think this would be appropriate for this. For this. So I got my part ready to go. I got my paint specifically for this. I just now have to go through the long, tedious task of sanding these down. But going back to the 1/400 grit, I use that on certain parts that have a leading edge, and then I sand it. And if I see that it was a little bit more, damaged, I'll then go through. I'll use the 800 grit, which is smooth, very fine detail. There we go. Okay, I better not bore you guys. Let's move on to the next part.